Hello and welcome! In this video, I'm going to show you how to create GIFs with your photos. What we're going to see are these. The first thing is what are GIFs and why you may want to use them and the places where you may want to use GIFs. Then I'm going to show you how to create a GIF with an app in particular that you can use on desktop. And finally, I'm going to show you how to create it in Photoshop. So let's get started. In the first place, let's see what are GIFs. So GIFs are photographs that have some animated part on them. They are small animations that can be uploaded like any photo. So they are the ones that, for example, like in this case here of the girl moves and there is some text added as well. They can be made from videos, which are very, very common, or they can just simply made with drawings or with photos, like in the case I'm going to show you right now, where you animate a part of the text. In what they can be used for is actually quite versatile. You could use them, for example, to show very quickly a different parts of a collection of products that you have, or for example different recipes. You could use them to add text to an image that is animated, for example to announce that you are booking now new clients, to announce that you are offering a discount, to announce that a launch is coming, or anything else that you want people to actually focus on more. And the reason why they are very interesting is because of the animation. Because it's something that moves, it will catch the eye much faster and it will make people pay attention. You can upload them to your social media. You can upload them you can send them in your emails, for example, and in general, they will make people focus on whatever the words are saying. So let me show you how to create one with this little online app called GIPHY. It's giphy.com. You have the URL, you have it on the sidebar of these videos in order for you to find it very easily. And I'm going to show you how to create the GIF with it. And one very important thing is that I would always recommend that once you create with this app, you are first logged in. In this case, I'm already logged in here into my account, into my GIPHY account. And the reason I would recommend this is that this will allow you to delete the GIF and to make it public or private. In my case, I don't use this account. I don't make public GIFs. I just use them for my own. So I set everything to private, and then I either download it or use the embed codes that they provide me. So let me show you how this works. We are going to go first to create. And the type of GIF that I want to show you is a GIF made from images. So we're going to go to slideshow. And once in slideshow, I'm going to click on browse. Here, I am going to select the images that I have already prepared. Now, the way to prepare images for a GIF is to make each layer separately. So let me show you. Once I upload the images, you will be able to see more easily what I mean by that. Let me show you first the images before we see how it looks with the animation. So in this case, it was a very simple GIF. I just have one of my images, my own branded images that appears in my website and in social media as well. And what I did is I added the different lines of text. Now for each line of text, I created a new image. So new here, then I said the second image is the second here. The third one adds the third line of text, and finally the call to action. Because this GIF is private, and I'm going to make everything private, so I'm just going to be setting it right here, right now. I have not added my website here, but I could of course add my URL like www.marcelamacias.com at the bottom if I wanted people to go somewhere in particular, if I was making it public. In this case, this is just going to be uploaded maybe to my email list, and that's what I am creating it for. So they don't really need to know where it is, because the whole GIF will be linked and the link will appear next to it. So let me show you. If the images had been uploaded in a order that I didn't like, I would be able to move them simply by dragging them around. So that's very, very easy. Now here is how this looks. Now, as you can see, the words are moving quite slowly. And what I can do, simply by dragging this, I can make it go faster. And I simply decide how fast I want it to go. If I make it too fast, it's a bit like epileptic. So really, I wouldn't recommend it. And if I make it too slow, it's just very, very boring, and it looks like nothing is happening. So we need to find a speed that is actually interesting enough for people to pay attention, but not too slow that that actually people are going to be getting bored. Once I am ready to create this GIF, then I simply put create slideshow. Sorry, that looks like a tongue twister, and it just creates it. Now, one thing to keep in mind with GIPHY is that it reduces the quality of the images quite a bit, but if you don't mind about that, because then it's fine. A couple of things here. You have this edit button, and with the edit button you can create the metadata. So here you could put your URL, you could put a caption, a source, you can make it public or private, whatever you want. In case that now you want to share this GIF, here is what we do. We will go back to our dashboard. Here we are going to go to our channel. You can see I have already two links. They are very, very similar here. So you have two options. You can get this link here, and if you click on the link, it will copy the link, which is the basic link of the URL, to your dashboard. So then you will be able to copy it anywhere. And if you click the arrow, you will be downloading this GIF. So in case you want to upload it directly, for example, if you wanted to upload it to your newsletter, then you could just use this file. When you come to these, when you click in it, then you will see some other options. So let's go back, let's make it public. And I am going to show you some other sharing options. So I have now clicked on my GIF, and it is public right now, so that I can show you how to download it. Well, you already saw how to download it, but how to share it as well. So now that it is shareable, you will have all the social media profiles here, and you can have an iframe embed, for example, in case you want to embed it on your blog. Then when you go to advanced, you will be able to have a GIF to upload it to Twitter, which requires certain specific ways of embedding the GIF for it to show with the animation. You also be able to really download it from here. You could have a link for it to show us an HTML5 in case you need it, and you have the general GIF link in order to share it from here. So you can see they make it really easy to share, and it will show in exactly the way that you planned it. Now I'm going to go ahead and set it to private, because I don't need it to be shown right now. So it was updated. I'm going to make sure that all the ones that I have here are private, that my whole channel is private as well. Here I am. Is this private? Yes, it's private. And now I'm going to show you how to create the GIFs in Photoshop. So as you can see, just to recap before we go, always make sure that you are logged in when you create, and then simply click on create and follow the instructions. It's really very, very easy to create a GIF like that. Now let's go to Photoshop, and let me show you how to do it in there. So here we are in Photoshop. I haven't started anything yet, and here is how we are going to create a GIF. We are going to go to File, and then we are going to go to Scripts, Load Files into Stack. This will allow me to incorporate different images, and what Photoshop will do is it will create a separate layer for each of them. Here we will go to Browse. I will select again the images that I want for my GIF. I will click OK. And as you can see, Photoshop is adding all the images and loading all the layers that I had just selected. In my case, it's a very simple one. It's just 4 images. Then I'm going to go to Windows and make sure that timeline is clicked. Oops, sorry, that the tick next to island is ticked. In my case it is, because I was already working with this, so I'm going to leave it as that. Then I'm going to make sure that this place that says frame animation, oops, it's clicked. So you have two options there. One is to create a video and then to create frame animation. Frame animation is what we want. You need to click on it and then it will create this, it will put all the layers into a frame animation. Finally, what we're going to do is we're going to select all layers, go to select up, choose all layers. And once all the layers are selected, we are going to come to the bottom of this timeline menu, which has a menu there. We're going to click on it, make sure that create new layer for each frame is ticked, and then we are going to click make frames from layers. Once we have that, you will see that you have these 4 arrows here. The 4 images have incorporated into this layer frame. And the next thing we're going to do is to select the duration that each image is going to be in the screen. I am going to select 0.5 seconds because it's the one that I prefer. You can play around with the other ones as you want. And the other thing I'm going to make sure is that the layers have been created in the right order. In my case, I can already see that they haven't. So I'm going to move them around simply by dragging them. Okay, now they seem to be in the right order. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to number 1 and I'm going to click the play key here. It's under, you cannot really see it right now, but I'm going to just play the animation to see how it looks. I like how it looks, so this animation is ready for me to save. Before we save it, there is something else that you want to show. So in this case, as you can see, the animation was only once, but you could decide whether you want it 3 times. So in this case, when we play it, it will be animated 3 times and then it will stop, which is not something that is very useful actually for when we are showing it on social media, because you don't know when the person will be clicking. Or it can be animated forever. And in this case, it will just not stop running. So it will just go on and on and on, which is personally what I want in this case. So now that we have done that, we are now ready to save it. In order to save it, we are going to go to File, Save, Export, Save for Web. And here we are going to save it as a GIF. So we are going to get out of JPEG and we're going to select GIF. Now, when we come, we have to select also what kind of preset we are going to select. Now, the presets that you may want to select are, you need to decide whether it's tethered or not tethered. That will depend on the colors that you have. In my case, I will select tethered, and I will select, I want a high resolution because I want the image to look nice. So I'm going to select GIF 128. Now, the disadvantage of selecting a higher number is that the photo will be, the file will be heavier. And it will be heavier to upload. But however, that is not a problem for me. It's not something that I care about right now. So I'm just going to select the highest resolution so that the photo looks as nice as possible. And then finally, we are going to select, we are going to check that everything is fine. So the animation, the looping options is forever. I can preview it if you want. I'm just going to go to fit in view so that we can see it nice. So I like how it looks, and as you can see, the image looks nicer than if I do it with GIPHY. Okay, so the animation looks fine. I'm just going to stop it for now because I have already previewed it, and then I go to save. Once I save, I will decide, of course, which folder I wanted to save, and I'm just going to name my file, which would be my book now GIF. And I'm going to save it, in this case, in my desktop, and that's done. That was it. That's all I needed to do in order to create a GIF in Photoshop. When I created this image in Photoshop, one thing that I wanted to mention is that I created each layer separately. So each line of text was a different layer, and then what I did was simply I hid the layer. Oh, in this case, we'll have it like this. There we go. So when I did this, I hit the layer and saved them, oops, independently, so as to create this view of layering text. So I hope this was useful. I hope you start using your images to create GIFs in order to promote your work and to promote your business. And I hope that you like this video. Thank you for being here.